So anyway, we are. So if you want to check that out, you can reach out to them. Hey, after work, I'm always late for the next day, but core. I want to back at goal at night and tardy every day. It's all good, Craig Lilly. I appreciate you being here. No. It's no. I'm just. I have a number. I have both models of the motherboard. So I have a AMD and a Intel, but the build today is Intel. So that's why I would just basically just had it out, because I wanted, if people wanted to see that the Project Zero supports both Intel and AMD, and I want to make sure that we showed those. So the build today is a B760 build. So we actually haven't gotten our sample. So I'll reach out to the team at AMD. They were supposed to send me one, and they haven't gotten one yet. So we'll get that review out for sure. But anyway, guys, everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Jesse Raven, the host of Robeytech. And we're not going to put two motherboards in one case. It's so good to have you here. Today we are going to be checking out MSI's Project Zero, which is actually pretty epic, so really excited about that. This build is actually going to be the sub-only giveaway for the month of what is it, February and March. So if you wanted to actually win this PC, this would be a 14600K and a 4070 Ti system, and we're going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber here at twitch.tv/Robeytech. So if you want to get on that, make sure you drop your Prime sub. You are sub during the month. Prime subs give you 1 entry, Tier 1 gives you 3, Tier 2 gives you 5, Tier 3 gives you 10, and we'll be drawing the winner at the end of March. So basically at the beginning of April, we'll announce the winner for that. Just like the Spider-Man one, which is now closed. That was the last day to get in on that was yesterday. This is the new build that we'll be giving away for subs only. Now, don't worry, we do have other builds that we're going to be giving away just on stream. We like to have a sub-only guild for a couple months. So anyway, that is that. In terms of typical giveaways for today, if we get 250 likes on YouTube, we give away a $25 Newegg gift card. If we get a level 5 hype train, we give away a $25 Newegg gift card. And if we get 50 subs, we give away a $50 Newegg gift card, 100 subs, a $100 Newegg gift card, and so on and so forth. Also, guys, we are officially on our first stream of Partner Plus. We have done it, which means we're going to be building a Twitch themed custom water-cooled system. We're working on that right now, that partnership and stuff like that, and we'll be giving that away in the month of March as well. And that'll just be a stream one. You just got to be there. Should be a custom water-cooled build. Very nice system. And so look for the more announcements on that later on as well. So we are now officially Partner Plus, made partner. 3 months later, made Partner Plus. You guys are rock stars, and I really appreciate all of the support and stuff like that. So it should be a fun build. I don't expect this to be too difficult, but the one thing I will say is that there's some things that are unique. Obviously, we're using a back connect motherboard, so all of the connections are in the back. If you were here for the Gigabyte Project Stealth build a long time ago, you would know that this is going to be very interesting. But the thing is it's going to come out pretty clean. So really excited because we have all white components, which is going to be really cool. And I think it's going to end up looking pretty amazing. But I hope you guys are excited. I hope people enjoyed the crazy stream last night where we basically showed off the ultra-wide monitor. It did give me an idea, so I am going to be reaching out. We are going to be doing an ultra-wide monitor, trying to find the best budget and system for ultra-wides, just given what we did yesterday. So I'm going to be working on that. So look for that build probably coming up in the month of February or March, because I do need a new build for the ultra-wides that are going to be in my new home office. So that should be fun too. But outside of that, have I missed anything? I think I've gone through the giveaways and all that sort of stuff. I hope that you guys have been having a good day, even though we only just saw each other yesterday. So it's pretty cool. What event is closed? I don't know what it is. Hey, Rurutu. Hey, I like all those. Those are some cool. Oh, those are the Braithorn ones, right? So, seeing anything else? No. Okay. I was out shopping and a new ultrawide connected to a Mac and so on. Yeah, there are, Mac Minis, especially with the M1 chip and stuff like that, this can still be pretty powerful machines, but yeah. And then everybody, apparently Blondie is looking for a potential mate in life. So she is taking marriage proposals. She's bringing it up right here. She's really grateful for that. And so, it was a slip of the tongue, but she keeps bringing it up. So if you want to DM her, on Twitch and potentially talk about your best traits, she is open to it. So I'm just saying, I didn't say anything. What I said was an accident, but now she keeps bringing it up. So I'm just saying, she must really be looking for something there pretty special. So there we go. Just go ahead and start that. You know, feel free. She's available all nights, all times. Just for 2 like late night chats are her favorite. And she really loves people who fly drones. So yeah. That's her favorite. People who fly drones over pools. Those are her favorite things. So yeah, anyway. Should be a lot of fun. Really glad to have you guys here. It's going to be a fun show, and I'm excited to have you on. Okay, so let's talk about the parts we're putting inside of today's build, because it is not a B650. It's not an AMD build, because this build will also be featured as part of the Intel live show tomorrow. Okay, so what are we putting inside of this Project Zero build? We're going to be using an Intel Core i7 14600K. We're going to be using the MSI B760M Project Zero motherboard. And we're going to show you Project Zero and how that's different. For the graphics card, we're using the MSI NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Gaming X Trio in white. For the SSD, the MSI Spadium M480 Pro 1TB NVMe drive. For the RAM, Kingston Fury 32 gigs at 6,000 mega transfer DDR5. For the case, we're using the MSI MAG Pano M100R Project Zero case. And then for the cooler, the MSI MAG Core Liquid 240R V2 in white. And then the power supply, the MSI MAG 8A50GL in white. And then the last thing is we're also going to be using the Easy DIY white cable. Now, the thing that's interesting, it's a 4070 Ti. It's a 4070 Ti, not a 4070. So it's a 4070 Ti. It's an all MSI build. Now, the other thing too that is also pretty insane, guys, is that we're also going to be, you know, it's funny, I went and got cable extensions. I realized I don't even need cable extensions because all the cables are in the back minus the Easy DIY one. And then we also have those really new mini sag brackets, so we get that in there. We won't have any GPU sag and stuff like that. What does the K mean? The K in 14600K means that CPU is unlocked. So yeah. So yeah, it's overclockable, unlockable. But I did want to show Project Zero is something that is available in both B650 and also in Z790 and B760. There is an X670 one as well. So if you wanted to do Intel or Intel or AMD for this, you absolutely could without any issue whatsoever. And they do sell motherboards for both. So I wanted to show that for yeah. Yeah, we are using a B760 board because, and I think Org knows why, there is no micro ATX Z790 version of the Project Zero motherboard, so we can't actually put a Z790 inside this because this is a micro ATX case. So it was just a limitation of the system, not necessarily what I had. So yeah. Why not use UL instead of K? So there is no, you mean why not call it the 14600 UL? I don't know why they did that. So eBustin' Loose, we'll basically check it out as we get it going. So I don't think so. We have already built in this case. There's a full review of Project Zero. If you guys want to see what this build looks like, we already actually have done a full review of this. But you guys haven't had a chance to see, it, and we wanted to make sure we did it live. So let's get started, shall we? Which, by the way, something super interesting. You guys know that I breadboard all of my builds. If you want to know something about breadboarding back compat motherboards, it's a little bit interesting, and I'll show you why when we get to the motherboard installation time. It's even going to be interesting now because the Mobo has connections on the back. So there's some more interesting things in this about doing installation. So in this case, what we would do is I'd show you, we'd normally grab a mini ITX box or a smaller box to do all of our installation. But in this case, actually what we're going to do is we are going to install the motherboard first. Main reason being is that that way we're not pressing on any of the connections or anything like that. So it's a little bit of a different, order of operations than what you typically see me do. So we're going to strip the case first and then move on to there. Yeah.
Robey makes a great point. When you do the case install, make sure the standoffs are in the correct locations. No extra standoffs touching the board.
Well, it's funny. You know what's funny? It's going to be even more interesting now because these boards are extra shielded, so it'll be interesting in that regard as well. And guys, for people asking about our review of the 48, it's actually out tomorrow morning. We have a full buyer's guide coming out on whether you should choose the XDX, the 4080 Super, and all that sort of stuff. So that video will be out tomorrow morning, first thing. We wanted to take our time when doing the release and make sure that we did something that was comprehensive, that covered what you really want to know is which GPU is right for me. So stay tuned, that'll be happening tomorrow. Sheho, they are pretty much neck and neck. The 4080 Super versus the 7900 XTX. The only thing is that, again, it really comes down to the games that you play. And at that level, more than ever now, the game that you play is the most important thing, and the games you play are the most important decision in determining what GPU you would need to purchase. So the 4080 Super is essentially a slightly better 4080 that is 16.6% less money. This Mobo can handle an i7. You just can't. The thing is, you'd want to put like a 13.7 in it, not a 13700K. You could put a 14.7 in it, but there are no base level 14. There are no non-K SKUs of 14 gen, as far as I know right now. So the thing that's interesting about the reviews is that, again, and it's funny, I haven't checked. Let me see how much a 7900 XTX is. Because it is still technically better than a 7900 XTX. So here's the question, is if the 7900 XTX is less than $1,000, then that makes sense. Yeah, so it's the 7900 XTX. You can get a 7900 XTX for $949 from MSI, $999, and then you can go up to $1,059. So if you're getting a base level like a P&Y or a Super FE, oh, so yeah, you can get a 4080 Super for $1,000 too. So I don't understand that question because essentially, that really comes down to that's essentially it's the same thing. The 4080 is not. Yes, the cheapest 7900 XTX is $930. You can get them for sub $1,000. But then again, the 7900 XTX, it really depends on the games. 7900 XTX sucks at things that are cinematic single player. They're not the best at single player cinematic games. So if you're playing single player cinematic games, don't get a 7900 XTX. If you're gonna go and play games that are not, like multiplayer and all that sort of stuff, then 7900 XTX makes sense. I just need you guys to understand, okay, it's rant time. GPUs are not a one-size-fits-all for every single person. You need to decide what is best for you. Don't let anybody tell you which GPU is the best GPU for you, because value is completely dependent on you and not anybody else. If you play Cyberpunk, if you play Starfield, if you play Alan Wake, if you're gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn, if you're gonna play any of the new PlayStation titles, the 4080 and any NVIDIA GPU is gonna be a better choice. If you don't play any of those games, then you can look at AMD. That is the biggest thing. It really depends on games. Please stop pretending that there is a one-size-fits-all when it comes to GPUs. That is annoying the crap out of me. If you play both, then you're better playing an NVIDIA than you are playing an AMD. That's just the way it is. And the other two is if you play just FPS titles and you don't care about anything ray tracing or cinematic single player, then yes, then go for value. I don't like the whole one card is better than the other card. It's all dependent on you. And that is also true. There is not one size fits all for CPUs either. I love the 7800X3D, but if you're gonna do productivity, the 7800X3D is a terrible GPU. So, and then a 14700K may make more sense. It really depends. It's like, the thing is like people sit there and say like, the card's not worth it. The card's not worth it if you don't use it, yes. But the card is absolutely worth it if you love to play certain games. So that's where that value prop thing is just driving me nuts. It's like value is completely customer dependent. Unless it's like something so ridiculously. But we're talking about the difference is what? You can get a 7900 XTX for $930, or you can get a 4080 Super for $1,049. $70, guys. Get the best GPU for your budget that does what you need it to do. The card that's best for COD is a 7900 XTX. COD is an AMD lover. COD is totally all AMD. If you love and all you do is play COD, then you should totally get an AMD card. And please stop telling people, I mean, that's the thing too, is that like, there's brand ambassadorship, and then there is the, I just want you to do the same thing that I'm doing. If somebody likes something and it doesn't impact them, don't tell them to change. That doesn't make any sense, right? Like if somebody decides to get a 14700K and a 4080 Super over a 7800 X3D and a 7900 XTX, who cares? They're so close to the same. And if they want to spend the money, fine. But if they're going in there and they're like, oh man, this is going to be over budget, you say, hey, have you looked at this? It's close. That is different. Yeah. Sorry, I get worked up because I just feel like people feel like there's only one solution for this stuff, and it's not true. Let people get what makes them happy or what's going to be best for them. And I actually really am impressed. Like, our techs do a really good job of that. I see Maiden and BMOC and Org and those guys saying like, hey, if you want to do this, get this. If you want to do this, get this. But what I don't like is just people coming in and be like, it's got to be this. That's not true. And the other thing too is reviewers, a lot of times the thing that gets so frustrating is that they just post to get people to, well, like they put clickbait titles. They just want to be snarky because it makes it entertaining and people love the drama. Instead of sitting there and saying like, here's what it is, here's what it is, here's how you make the right decision. Sometimes it's just like, geez, dude, it's so bad. So I wish that it wasn't all about that sometimes, and it really was just about telling people, dude, if you like this, do this. Yeah. This is rated PG. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I was not jumping on Maiden. Maiden is just basically giving information, as is Icy, because I know those guys are balanced in terms of their things. I start to see things and I get little tingles, that's all. I mean, I'd say that Steve, in a lot of ways, Steve is probably, and he's even admitted this, is that, you know, one of the things that he's done is sometimes he's been overly negative. But the other thing too is, dude's got data for days. And the other two is he's getting better, right? Like, even if you looked at the end of his 4070 and 4070 Ti review, I didn't watch the 4080 one, I just had no time today. I mean, like, he basically says like, hey, if you're into these things, you're into these things. But I mean, again, we're all slaves to the YouTube algorithm. But luckily, most of my video and viewership is from live streams. So I just get a rate, you know, mine are just mostly based on you guys hanging out, and then a lot of people go watch them anyway for some odd reason. For the VODs, because they just get fed by the live stream stuff, I mean, I just kind of put what I want, right? Which is like, I try very hard not to be dramatic if you could. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, and so, okay, so getting back to this that I'm actually doing right now. So main reason is because of the back connect, you can actually see that we have holes here for the motherboard. When I take out the motherboard here in a minute, I'm going to install the Mobo, and I'm going to do what Org said and just verify that I don't have any extra, which I would be surprised if I did. I'm going to install the Mobo first. Main reason being is that now, because of the connections, the only other reason that I'm doing this is unless you have a mini ITX box. Mini ITX box work great for breadboarding back compat motherboards, because they basically, what they do is they support the GPU, and then they allow you to do the back connections and then put in all the stuff and press things correctly. But I'd rather just have an even surface to basically push on, which is why I'm putting the Mobo in first, and then we'll do all the other stuff. Yeah. Well, Xbox was what I used to work on. I mean, sometimes I think the music's not playing, and then I just realize, no, it's just a really quiet song. Yeah, Icy's not wrong. And the other thing too is, I will say that is something that, you know, that's always going to be a harder preference. But There, and not to get biblical or anything like that, but the other thing too is we have to understand that people have different values, and I'm not like, I'm just saying there's a proverb that talks about that, that's essentially don't cast your pearl on swine. That essentially means is don't project your values onto other people. Not everybody has the same values, but Icy's right. Like, there are people who just want the Strix because they know the Strix is the highest end, and because that's the highest end, they want to pay for it. I mean, I literally just did a build. There is virtually no difference, almost a less than 2% difference between a Strix and a base level 4080. And we're talking about Strix OC versus a base level, you know, X GPU. But it does have a bigger, it does technically have a longer warranty. It does also have higher end parts, so it should theoretically last longer. You know, so there, and the other thing too is that it does have higher potential, you know, if you were to raise the overclock dice, for it to have a higher potential in terms of what the high-end overclock may be. But again, that's worth less than 1% of what people are essentially doing. And so the one thing that gets really hard is that sometimes it's like, hey, well, I look at it only in this way. Again, and that's one of the things I really love about our techs is that they might have their things, their thoughts, right? A great example is my build style versus BMOC's build style. BMOC is definitely like more in terms of he uses specific motherboards, all that stuff to get the most value out of a build. While I will do a mix of value and aesthetic in terms of going through there. So I might choose things that also provide greater upgrade paths and things like that. Or I might do something that I'm a little just been concerned about how cheap or plastic it looks. So it just comes down to, but the one thing, anytime I talk to a customer or anybody I'm building a build for is like, dude, what's important to you? And then use that as a way to determine what kind of build they want, yeah. Well, actually, NVMe, the Asus Strix was on sale today. It actually, the 4090 went up today, and it was $100 off, which was actually pretty cool. Yeah, RGB meets the most important. Yeah, that's exactly. Thank you very much, Clarky. Okay, so here, guys, is the whole hubbub. Okay, so this is an MSI Project Zero B760 motherboard, okay? So we're gonna open this up and you're gonna start to see some of the differences. Yeah, and the other thing that used to be really true, and I've heard some things, is that they used to have really great customer service, but recent, and I haven't validated this, so guys, you gotta take this with a grain of salt, but recently, you know, with the issues with the AM5 motherboards, apparently there's even been issues with people's technical support with Asus, but I don't know, I haven't had an issue, so this is just stuff that has been rumored, right? Take it with a grain of salt, but yeah. All right, so yes, we can start the VRM prediction. So this is a B7, this is a Project Zero motherboard. Do you guys see what's different already? Does anybody notice the difference of this versus another one?
I do.
I like Kiltman. Let me show you. It's because of this. Look at the back. All of the power connections and everything are actually on the back of the motherboard. So now what we have is we have Project Zero on the back. So when we do all the connections will not be visible from the front. And so our 8-pin, our 24-pin, our front panel connections, all those things are on the back of the Mobo. And this also has some additional shielding on the back as well, right? So it's, I don't know if it's actually a thicker board, but the other two is that they did do some things, just given that people are gonna be working back here more so. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna make the amount of cable runs at the front less visible because everything's hidden. And that's why when you look at that's why you need a Project Zero motherboard, is because of all of these extra holes that exist, because they have to allow for people to connect. So when I put this motherboard in, which you'll see here in just a second, when they put this motherboard in, see, some of those holes actually got filled because now these power connections are on the other side. And I'll flip it over here in a minute and show you that stuff, but let me go ahead and screw this in real quick. Oh, and by the way, the other thing that's really interesting as well is the motherboard box. And it's weird because the B650 motherboard box is different. The B760 comes in this special motherboard box, but it's different than the B650, and I'm not entirely sure why. So, I did not get to work on them. They were where I was not on those particular games, but I did get to test them early when they were in development, specifically Crimson Skies, which is one of my favorite Xbox games. Can you guys hear the music? I'm just making sure, because yesterday there was some weirdness with it, so. It's a great place to hide upcoming Girl Scout cookies. Well, that's something I hadn't thought of. Okay, good.
I mean, Girl Scout cookies is a cutthroat business.
It is, dude, for sure. I've learned that. Like, and Boy Scout popcorn sales are just as bad.
I remember doing that because that was back when that first started. I think around the time I was in Boy Scouts.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because like I've seen like Scouts get it comes with a GPU SAC bracket. Oh, that's cool. Well, I mean, I wish we would have known that because we had one already. It also comes with some white cables combs. Have I made a build with the B650E-F? I'd have to go back and look. I don't think recently. I don't know if one of the techs can call and knows if I've recently done a build with that Mobo.
Give me one sec.
The Mobo has the same standoffs. No, they're made to run out of the back, and I'll show you on the other side. So you guys will see that when I get to connecting stuff on the back.
Recently, you've done the I, but not the F.
So the main reason being is that there are still, okay, so I've done there we go. The main reason it has it around it is because you still have things like the AIO that has to route through. You may actually have custom water cooling. So you may still have things that need to go from the back to the front. That's why. So I have not recently, or at all, it sounds like.
This is based off of what I'm looking at the website.
Don't forget, guys, hit those YouTube likes so we can hit that 250 and give away a $25 Newegg gift card.
Yeah, the furthest back is your build from 1030 2023, which used the NZXT N7 650E.
But not the E-I, which...
No, the only ROG Strix you have is the 650E-I, and that was the Falcon Northwest Talon.
Oh yeah, which I did not build.
Yeah, that's the only one that's on the website so far.
This is not lined up, guys. I'm gonna figure out why. Robey, do most new come with rear I/O like that? Now I hate the crappy metal used for the old ones. You mean, not most new motherboards do. Yeah, integrated I/O. It used to be more of a premium Mobo thing, the I/O shield, but now most motherboard, unless you're going like really low end. We have a build that has one, the Talon that we built in, that we gave away, but I haven't built with one in a while. What is it about that board that makes it interesting? Why is this not? I'm trying to understand why this isn't lining up in the corner. It seems to be okay there. Okay. This is being given away as a sub-only build for the month of February and March. But there are other builds that are being given away. This one today, it is not. No. That you should see that on. I think this build actually has a single front panel connector, and we have lots of cases that do that actually. No, not. There's a lot of GPUs that require it, but then the thing is nowadays there's actually been more cases with integrated SAG brackets. Oh, Andy is trying to get a hold of me. Hold on, let me text him real quick. Keep getting calls from NZXT. I don't know what's going on. I want to chat with them. The one thing that's nice about the old metal ones is that you can also use them as potential. Hey Igor, thank you for the subs. You can also use them as potential shivs.
Potential shivs, eh?
Yeah, you get, if you need a shiv, it comes in handy. Andrew, CERM 4070 is like the Supreme. Yeah, they need a SAG bracket, but not all of them. This one will. We do, because when we filmed the video, we didn't know that it came with one, and we had ordered some smaller ones, and then we just found out that it came with one. Okay, so now that we have this in, you'll see, now when I flip to the other side, all my connections are basically in the right place, and you can actually see how all this stuff is. So
maybe an afterthought, but looking at those holes in the case, maybe they would have had grommets for those if we were going to use a board like that.
yeah, there are some cases, and I know Lee and Lee has brought this up, that do have grommets for that reason, so you can use them for both standard and back compat situations, but not all cases support both. But yeah, that's a good point, Org. I wonder if this one looks like, where do we have another? We have a fan here. We have a fan. Okay, we have a system fan here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm running all of my cables to the bottom, but I am going to take this rear cable. This is for our rear fan, and I'm going to plug this into system fan right here. I'll worry about cable management here in a bit, because I'm not even close to understanding what this build is going to need in terms of cable management right now. There we go. And then we asked, is there a integrated frame? There is an integrated, looks like there is an integrated front panel with an LED. So I have this because I know we have AIOs and all that sort of stuff we still need to plug in. So, but we do have it integrated, and we'll figure that stuff out here in a bit. So there we go. There's all the main kind of fan connections. So now we can put our board together. There we go. It just takes patience. That's all it takes. Okay, so we have the Mobo in. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and install our components. Let's do our VRM real quick. We can still do RAM clicks, but there may be some echoes in here. But let's do the CPU install real quick. Grab our 14600K. The question is, will the VRM clear? There we go. Oh, it went high. It almost there. Oh man, that was a good job. That was a good pop too. That was a really good pop. But unfortunately, it did not clear, so that means that we have no big payouts, because I think that's always like one of the biggest payouts if that actually ever happens, which it has, and it's always fun when it does, but it did not happen today. Okay, Org, what do you think for RAM clicks today? We're doing it inside the case, so it's a little bit different.
I'm really not sure on this one. We have MSI and Kingston, so gonna be a little conservative here and just 94.
Okay, 94. This one will be given away in early April as part of after a drawing in March. Okay, ooh, that was good. Okay, so interesting situation here.
Oh.
So we have like this little, the clasp is supposed to come off, but it's not. So we have to put this in. There we go. And then you have to put this over it and then put it on. But it goes in. What's up, PC guy? Okay, so we got that in now. Ugh. Not when I do Mobo. No, I actually have a tendency to be wow stickless for that.
You don't want to over tighten the motherboard screws because that could potentially crack the PCB.
Yep. Just about being careful with the electronics. I mean, they're pretty resilient now, but not completely impenetrable. Okay, here we go. 94. Watch me crack the PCB here. 99.3. Wow, that was a nice click.
It was a very nice click.
That was a really nice click. 99.8. Remember that, guys. Project Zero does not mean does not mean zero RAM clicks.
Yeah, that was so crisp. It was like.
Go ahead.
I said that was so crisp. It sounded like opening a beer can.
Yes, it had that. I can see that. You can look. How does the build look, Phil? Oh, dad joke. We got a dad joke. We're gonna grab the calendar one this time for my son. Dad joke is: a cheese factory exploded in France. Debris is everywhere.
That's a good one.
There we go. A cheese factory exploded in France. Debris is everywhere. I'm gonna have a reverse mortgage on my channel points. Wow. I use NTH1 from Noctua. It felt like a good amount of thermal paste, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more spread just to make sure. Well, it feels pretty buttery. Buttery. Oops, over in the bottom corner there. There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. Pretty. I was extra sharp today. What was I? How was I extra sharp? What did I do? I'm sorry if I was extra sharp.
It's a cheese joke.
Oh. Cheese puns. There we go. Man, everybody loved that giant monitor yesterday. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put our bracket in. And you know, if we're grabbing the bracket, you know what that means, guys.
Justin Robey has a show. AIO. And
on his show, he builds PCs.
With a dad joke here and a zip tie there.
RGB.
RGB and Bundy but keep
RGB.
Justin Robey
RGB.
has a
RGB.
show.
AIO. Okay, guys, let's grab our bracket stuff.
I gotta say, Justin, your dad joke was pretty cheesy.
Thanks, B-Mock. Okay, got all our bracket stuff out. Okay. Got to figure out where this goes. Oh, I was like, wait, okay. This makes way more sense. It's like, wait a minute. You usually don't need this. That's because we have the LGA 1700 right here. I was like, wait a minute. This seems complicated for what I need. Pick up all the extra pieces for now. Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is all I need. LGA 1700. Felt like something was off. Okay. Let's go to side view here because we got to do this a little bit differently. So first thing I got to do is I got to remove this back plate here so I can get to it. Which this is optional because it's like for SSDs and stuff like that, but still. Okay, so now we have that. Go to side view. Take my bracket here. Pop it in. Then put my screws on. What are you talking about, James Burgery? James Ambergery? I just saw the comment. Getting it installed here. What's up, Pig Radio? How are you, man? All right, so we got our bracket in. Now we can put our back plate back on. Just want to make sure none of the stuff like this, making sure that things aren't crapped. All right, cool. So we're all in. Everything's good. Now we can do, well, it's funny because I was like, hey, let's do our front panel connectors. But the front panel connectors are in the back. So it's a little interesting because all the front panels are in the back and the back panels are in the front. It's backwards day. Okay, so in this case, our front panel connector goes right here. Yeah, that was actually based on, the problem was that it was based on the V1 issues. It was actually the same problem that was happening to Intermax and a lot of one. It actually had very little to do with the pump. And what it was is that the radiator company that they were all sharing wasn't doing a good job of washing out flushing their radiators, and that was what was causing the gunking up of the systems. Why does it feel like that should not be moving that much?
Yep, it was a reaction in mixed metal.
Yep. So it actually had very little to do with the actual manufacturers, and it was the radiator company. Oh yeah, see? See, there was missing a screw. Where were you guys? That was a test. You failed. It was your fault. Yeah, it was a big deal when that all came in. I felt really bad. Yep, exactly, Laser. What's up, Wobbly? How are you, man? Oh, thanks. Thanks for catching it now. I was like, wow, that's moving a lot. It's not supposed to. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now it's not. Well, there was actually a number of them that actually ended up having the problem. So it was pretty widespread, and so that has since been fixed. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got that in now. Guys, no cable management yet because I basically need to, I almost feel like I should install the AIO because that's going to help me do the cable management, and then I can hook up the rest because now it's all in the back. So I feel like I'm just gonna kind of stop here and let's put the AIO together and get it installed. And then we'll worry about the other parts. We do not. Is it going, Blondie, the odd or even zip tie count? We haven't used a single zip tie yet. So we are at, I guess that would be odd and even, or both.
Project
Okay.
0 zip tie.
Yeah, Project 0 zip tie. Okay, here we go, guys. Zip tie count time.
Zip tie man, guess the count of them if you can. Evens ours, who can know? Make your wagers on every show. Hey now, Robey's the zip tie man.
Okay, guys, get your vote in. One thing I did do while you guys were going is I'm gonna go ahead and install my bracket for Intel. So I'm getting that on. So just there's a bracket like this. Just gonna slide that on, so that's gonna take care of that problem. And then we're gonna do tubes on this side. Actually, I may not have a choice. Yep, no, tubes on this side, because that's where the cables are. What's up, Aussie? How are you? Okay, there's that. Okay, wow stick time, guys.
Let's get wow.
Let's get wow. Yeah, let's get wow. Let's get dangerous.
Darkwing Duck.
I saw like that somebody had like put the tailspin plane on Twitter, like, and they were like, "What is this? Wrong answers only." I was like, dude, how many people don't know what that is?
You know what's funny is Tailspin's actually the one reason why I want to get my own C-130.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it just I thought that was so
That's the
cool.
one reason.
Well, okay, so no, that's one of the reasons I should say, because I do want to travel and help a bunch of my convention vendor buddies, and take them places.
Can you even buy a C-130? I mean, like, is
Yes,
it
you can.
possible for civilians to buy C-130s?
Yes, actually, you can. So Lockheed will sell a civilianized C-130, but also you can get certain used ones for like $300,000 off of a website called controller.com.
300 grand, that's it?
And these are like from the 60s.
Oh, well, then that's why it's 300 grand. I don't know if I'd want to fly in that.
Too bad,
Well,
you're not, too bad you're not Afghan. We gave them some for free.
Oh, snap.
Doo-doo-psh.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to run this through. It's funny, this Project Zero thing is actually kind of messing with my brain when it comes to how I'm going to do all the cable management. Like, I'm like literally like, how am I going to do this? Because I know how to do it when I normally am running stuff, but this one, not as much. Okay, well, let's get it in and we'll figure it out. So we're all gonna figure this out together, guys. Figuring it out together. I think I will need this.
It'd be pretty crazy though. There's not very many places you could park a C-130 to keep it.
Oh yeah, you'd have to rent hangar space. you'd have to get like a big enough plot to probably build your own flight line.
This is feeling like a nice, cheap, very practical dream.
It is totally.
Totally practical. Okay, one thing I do know I'm going to have to do. Is there we go, and a license from the FAA.
Well, yeah, that's part of
Do
it.
they? I wonder if they take like, I mean, because it should be just a 4-prop commercial. I don't know if you have to get a special license for a C-130.
You would probably have to get a commercial license because it is a cargo plane. Even if you retrofit it to become like a luxury aircraft, almost like a lot of private jets. But that's just pure speculation, and I was going to do that anyways.
Can you put a 40 series graphics card? Yes, but you would be severely hampering it because of the fact that that's like, I don't even know what that is. Is that PCI 3? I don't know. BMOC, if you know off the top of your head.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
If you were going to put a 40 series graphics card inside of a B250 motherboard.
I mean, if you've got like a at least a 5600X or 5600, depending on what card you're going to use. I mean,
I thought those were
limited to
much older.
PCI 3.0 though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like you got to do PCI, yeah, like your PCI 3, right? So you are going to see some
Yeah,
limitations for sure.
So on the cards like a 4060 Ti for sure that only has 8 PCI lanes, you're really going to have a big performance drop on that. You're probably fine with like a 4070 maybe. But yeah, I mean, as
feel
cheap
like
as
you should
motherboards
spend
are
your
now,
money
you can get a B550 for $100 or
Yeah.
even less if you find one local or a renewed one on Amazon or something.
BMOC will sell you one for $20.
Hey, they were doing a deal on Newegg just here recently for a 5800 X3D and a B450 M board for $315, and I snagged that up.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying. And he'll sell it to you for $20 because he's that kind of nice. He's a swell guy. Oh, I was like, where's my screwdriver? You have no idea where that screw went. Oh, there it is. Now this case will do, this case will do up to a 360 millimeter AIO. All I did was route some cables through the back there. You can see I just routed all the cables through this hole right here at the top. And then now I'm just gonna figure out, I'm just gonna basically push this pretty far over. Might feel like, no, that's gonna look worse. I wish they had like longer rails, but they do not. We haven't even started a new one, so we have one more that got finished. We had like some massive streams over the past couple weeks, or actually past week. So it got finished during one of those. So we'll probably start another one next week. You guys all have money to put it. You guys all have stuff to put into it for sure. Oh, let me get it off my water. Water blocking me. It's like, what? It's like, look at this water bottle. This water bottle is worth focusing on. Have you guys seen the water bottle? Did you guys see the water bottle?
Yeah, I saw it last night.
It was like, be close.
It was like, look at this water bottle. Isn't it neat?
Yeah, please. Wouldn't you think your water bottle collection's complete? Don't you want a Stanley Cup? 'Cause it has everything.
I actually kind of do.
It's got
Actually, I
gadgets
do have
and
one now that I
gizmos
think about it.
aplenty. It's got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the Stanleys are. Sorry, I have no idea where that was coming from. I use Iron Flask because it sounds great. Iron Flask. There we go. Whew. What do we need? We got these 4. I think this is the only thing I need left, and then I'm gonna figure out how all this stuff is gonna go together, guys. We finally got something happening here. A build is happening. Always a fan of sudden singing outburst, song outbursts, huh? Thanks. Here's that random Halloween song. That, like, we have no idea why it's still in this playlist, but. Okay. Let's get this mounted, and then we can start figuring out my cable management, guys. Cable management. There's no cable extensions in this. It's the other thing too, like there's some things I don't have to do because of this Project Zero. Project Zero cable extensions. Go top down. Ooh. Actually, I probably want this to be fairly long because I need to route this down. So there we go. $152, guys. There's 450 people here. You can go hit those likes. And unlock another giveaway. And done. Okay. Looks good. Let's route this through. I think we finally have all of our cables, and we got to deal with this nightmare in the back. Everybody say nightmare in the back. Ow. Bent my. Okay, so here's our nightmare. Woohoo! That's pretty. That's a lot of cables. Okay, so first thing we want to do, start down here. This is for our AIO. Okay, so this right here, this is our fan. That's our AIO pump. And then we have our CPU fans, which are right here. Make sure these are unlocked here. Okay, this is gonna get the little splitter treatment. There we go. And there we go. And this is gonna go right here. Now what I can do, which may make some sense, is I could route this to right here. So we have an ARGB connection here. And then we can route all of our AIO stuff to this. There we go. And then this one, we go into this. Okay. We still have our EPS connection here. What I'm working on is just creating a good spine of cables here. While at the same time not pulling the stuff. And then we're going to start cleaning this up. Clean up on aisle Robeytech right now, for sure. Okay guys, the chaos is starting to assemble into something that makes some amount of sense here. There we go.
In all of that, do you see a 2-wire connector going to the case controller? The front panel plug is a combo plug, so you can't do the reset switch to the LED switch on the controller.
I see, I have this controller here. I have a cable here that's a 3, there's a 3 connection one here.
It'd be 2 pins.
Yeah, it's right here.
Screen on the camera right now.
Yep, it's right here. It's this one. It says LED. It's 2 pins.
Yeah.
And that's got to go where?
On the controller.
Oh, onto this controller? Okay.
That's kind of like the...
Yeah, it wasn't pictured in the manual, so...
Sorry.
What were we going to say, Kilt?
It's reminiscent of the same 2-pin I have for my half-X that used to control the LED fan that was on the front side of the case.
Okay, what we're working on right now is just getting, and this is just a patience game a little bit with okay, let's put this back on because we're not gonna daisy chain. And I'm gonna get these under control here real quick. That one, and this one, okay. There we go. Okay, let's get these under control here. You essentially want these to go like at a right angle. So we're going to do all of these. Oh, that's the one I was looking for right there. This is just some basic getting it into a beautiful, tight connection wall thing here. There we go. There we go. Slowly, guys, it comes together. And that gets all those under control. Now, let's get these fans out here. I'm out of white cable zip ties. We're going to black, guys. We're going to black. Should have just done black at the beginning. There we go. Now, let's grab our other zip ties. So it must be... I wonder where the pin is. Oh, it must be that right there to the Mobo. Okay. So it's this cable is the pin that controls the LED. It feels like there should be something for the fans though too.
Yeah, the manual says there is the connector on the left and right side of the controller.
There should be a connector for that too?
Yeah, it looks like the right side is the PWM pass-through, and the left side is the SATA.
Okay. So there should be a thing here. Okay, and then there should be, okay, that must be the, but is there a cable here that controls the board? I mean, controls the speed?
I think the first one there is for the speed reported to the motherboard. The rest are just, split.
Yeah.
So I'd move one of your fans to the black one, personally.
Yeah, but there's got to be something that, I guess it doesn't matter because they're just going to run at whatever the same speed.
Yeah, if you have an ASUS board, it'll complain if no RPMs are being reported.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, now we're just going to start replacing these so that way we have all the cables in. I just need stuff to get things held. I'll cut them. No, I'm going to go to all black now. So don't worry, these clear ones that are here are going to disappear. I mean, again, it's not like you're going to see this anyway. It'll be behind the... It's just sometimes it's easier to use cable ties to hold cables at the beginning. So that way you can kind of get your cables in order. There we go. Okay, this will clean up the last little bit of this. I just got to find the other connections here that he... Oh, I bet you I know where they're at. There we go. I bet you that's what these cables are. This is this one, which now allows me to control this. And then this one belongs right here, and this is power. So I don't, yeah, this is fan. Okay. Okay. Now we have all of the cables we're supposed to have. Okay, guys, now we got to start making this little mess here look prettier. As best we can. A lot of cables here. Okay, now we have all this. Okay, so what I'm working on here is just getting this last little bit of cables kind of wound into the spine here. As best as I can. How are we doing likes on YouTube? Okay, cool. Now, let's go ahead and run our wacky cables here that we have left. So we still have some cables that need to be hooked up, so I'm going to work on those real quick. Oops, forgot one. Just for now. Okay, so this is for the fan hub. It's going to go right there. And this is for the RGB control for the fans. So it's all controlled by the motherboard. Okay, there's our fan stuff, like our controller stuff. Lift that up so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. Guys, let's hit those likes. There's 500 plus people here. Let's go ahead and just hit those likes real quick. And then get that knocked out. You guys saw it last time. You're getting idle. Idle hands is bad. Hit those thumbs up and likes, and then we'll. Oh, come on. Love-hate relationships and no zip ties. Thank you for liking 4 times. There we go. Man. Most difficult zip tie, guys. Still working on it. Oh, yeah, there we go. That was a difficult zip tie. An important one, but difficult. Difficult. Very, very difficult. Okay. Okay. Takes care of that. That's for... You can probably take these now. And then run these up. So we'll have like a nice spine. Redo one more cable tie, but we'll have a spine at least, which is important. Makes it look clean. No, we're out of clear zip ties. I only have like, I mean, guys, remember this is still going to be behind a panel and stuff like that, so. There we go. Okay, we have all of our cables now cleaned up. That is a bundle of wires, guys. It almost looks like a freaking telecom company up here. It's all like RGB and fans. All RGB and fans right there. All of those cables. Okay, so we have a couple other cables that just need to get routed, which is fine. We'll have these be separate. There we go. Weirdly placed MSI. Okay. 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 That will take care of these. Try and hide as much of the spine with the other cables as possible. Just to make it look a bit cleaner. Okay, that'll be all of the main cables all done. Yep, it's the wiring part. But it's done. There we go. Zoom out a bit so you guys can see the whole thing. There you go. Compared to where it was and what it is like now, it's like night and day. So you have this little bad boy. You like the white better on what? Oh, you talking about the K? Oh, the Project Zero. How we doing? Likes on YouTube, Johnny. Thank you very much for the subs. There we go. There we go, guys. There's the entire build, all cable managed. Took a lot of zip ties, but I think it looks clean. We still have some places to put things, which is interesting, like this right here. No idea how this is going to work. It's like they have this like white this connection, this like, yeah, no idea how that's gonna work. I think it may not. And this one's like in a weird, like a cross way, which is kind of odd, so. Like this is supposed to go like this. Except for not backwards. There we go. That'll be for that other one. And there's supposed to be one right here, but I don't know how to put it over. There's no way to like put it over the. See if maybe I can make it happen. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay. Well, 2 will work. Okay. So let's get our GPU in. That's the next step here. There we go. But you can see the build is nice and clean now. Only, like, you don't even really even see the AIO cable, which we hit pretty well. So let's get our GPU in now. 4070 Ti. Yeah, Cerebral Paul, it really comes down to it just doesn't do tight enough for me, and honestly, zip ties are cheap and snipping them is easy. But it's totally a personal choice. Yeah, no way is wrong. It just comes down to what you prefer. I don't think you can make it look as nice with Velcro. I've yet to see somebody who can do what I do with Velcro, but yeah. So you can do Project Zero with Link. So you would have, but you would still see, I mean, there still would have some cables in the front, yeah. Ugh. Okay, let's get our Gaming X Trio in white out. Well, yeah, the cables are still there. They're just in the, they're in the back now. Yeah, if you were doing like linked fans, you know what I mean? It would make this a whole lot easier. And MSI is coming out with linked fans. They're just not in this. And I showed them in, well, the video may not be out yet, but their video is coming for those too. There we go. Oh, this is 3. Oh, right. This is 3, not 2. Yeah, this case is specifically made for a Project Zero build. That's why it has the slots in the back.
with that being said, you can buy these boards on Newegg and Amazon. You got to make sure that you have a case that supports it.
And there's cases from like Lee and Lee. There's cases from Corsair. I mean, like a lot of the big case manufacturers are supporting this. And Project Zero will work with BTF, which is the Asus ones too. So like the tough GT302 and all that sort of GT502 and stuff like that, those will work with Project Zero. Okay, let's run our GPU cable. This case, no. This case does not work well with other Mobos. I mean, technically it would, but it doesn't have like it. Yeah, well, actually, it looks like it would work with another Mobo if you wanted to. You could do it with another Mobo. It has all the right holes. It just doesn't have rubber grommets, and you would have like some. I don't know how well they cover the other holes, but yeah, I mean, it's still supported. Now, the difference between BTF, Asus BTF, and MSI Project Zero is that the GPUs are also BTF for Asus. So, like, you can, like on an Asus BTF motherboard, they get the power, so you do not have cables for the GPU either.
The case will support micro ATX. I think it'll actually support mini ITX boards. The trade-off is cable.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I believe there is a non-Project Zero version of the Pano case coming out, by the way. So, BTF, for as weird as it stands, actually stands for Back to the Future, because Back Connect is the future, they say, so that's why it's called BTF. I don't know, that's just what they decided to call it. Araxnus, yes. That's the thing, is if you buy into this ecosystem, reselling your components becomes more difficult because you can only resell them to people who have BTF motherboards, etc. Okay, so that's all installed. That was fast. Okay, let's go ahead and put in our PSU. And this is going to be the other interesting part. And that's why you can see here, like on the back, all of our connections and everything are here. Okay, time for the power supply. Holy moly, it's only 6. This one actually pretty fast. Okay, power. Okay, there we go. Is mic staticky, or is it just, are you guys getting static on my mic?
I'm not, but then again, I'm hearing you straight through Discord, so.
Okay, well, that's good. No static. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Project Zero Mobo connection, power connections.
It might have just been you crinkling a bag.
Oh, the bag, yeah. Could have been that. Okay, so we need our PSU. I like that they have a white version of the 850 now. How we doing? Yeah, I wish it was wireless power, but no, not wireless power. Oh, look at that, it was yellow. Come on, guys, let's get those likes. Almost 600 people here now.
That is an interesting.
Yeah, it's like bright yellow. Oh, nice. Congratulations, Jeekins. Did you just get it? When did you get it? Oh, Figment. That is, hey, did you make one of those for me? I better hear yes. If the answer's not yes, then I'm going to be sad. Okay, plugging in our cables. SATA. CPU. And our 16 pin. That's yellow. Okay. Perfect. We're gonna have to use, yep, metal. We're gonna have to set this up. Ugh. Put a side view here. And I always just start the PSU screws just to make sure that what it does is it allows it to move. So because sometimes when you tighten it, you'll actually make it so the other screws don't fit. And once you have them all in, you can tighten them all the way down. Wow, stick. Coming in hot. There we go. Ugh. Okay, now, stuff is a little bit different with this. And this can be one of the challenges of BTF, is that these cables can be quite fat, so. There we go. There we go. I think the longest part of this was definitely the cable management. The rest of the build is actually going pretty quick. There we go. Next one is our 24 pin. And the most important thing is just to make sure there's nothing visible. On the other side. And this is where if you have cables that are too tall, so like these ribbon ones work really well because they're not too tall, but if you have stuff that's too tall, or where I think you got to be cognizant of certain power supplies, because they can actually make it hard to get the case back on, the backing of the case.
So we can't put Tom in there.
Yeah, you can't put Tom in there.
Man.
I don't know why you'd want to put Tom in there. You just whine the whole time. What's going on, guys? You gonna let me out of here?
We got to put the AI where it belongs.
Guys, come on, get those likes. Okay, only one SATA connection. A lot of work for a single SATA, but it is what it is. Yeah, I know Lee and Lee is for sure making them. They've already said, and it was part of ASUS's announced, that they're making back connect versions of their cases. So yeah, you will definitely be able to do, I'm guessing, a 0-1 dynamic, you know, the standard stuff for sure. Okay. Yeah. Project Zero doesn't necessarily mean zero cables, because we still have to do a lot of cable management. It just means zero visible, like trying to get zero visible cables on the front. Minus the power cable. All right. Last cable. Okay, there it is. Project Zero cables done. As you can see, there was still a lot of cables, but it is finished. Moment of truth. There we go. Okay, let me wipe off the front. Get our GPU sag bracket in there. And they actually give you a level. Well, that's not very tall. Okay, so that one is not gonna work for this. Okay, luckily I have more. I was like, oh cool. They have one, but it's not the right size. Very handy that it's not tall enough. Oh, don't worry, I'll get the sag fixed. I just thought we had one, but we didn't. That's black. Here we go. So we have a little silver one right here. This one actually has multiple levels. Oh, that one might be too small too. Oh no. This one might be too small too. Wow, these are like the same size. Okay, I have one more try. I have another size. I mean, it's funny because both might actually work, but I'm gonna try this other size here. I have one more. It's funny because it's their card. Hold on, this actually might work. I just realized something. There is 2 tiers to this. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this will work. I wonder if this one does the same thing. Let me see. Oh yeah, this will work too. Okay, so I messed up. So there's 2 tiers. There's a top tier and a bottom tier. So you can extend the bottom, and then there's another tier on top of it that'll allow it to go higher. There we go, and we're starting to. There we go. Okay, that looks like it's straight. There we go. So these do work. These are the right size, which is good. I was just doing it wrong. It was user error.
So technically, PebGab.
What?
So you you remember the phrase PebCac, right? Problem lies between keyboard and chair.
Yeah. Yes, technically in this case, yes, that is what happened.
PebGab is problem lies between GPU and bracket.
The brackets are pretty cool. I mean, it'd be nice if you didn't have to use double, but that's why I just decided to hide it, because it's a little bit easier, so that way it's just hidden behind the cable, but it does a good job. Okay, let's put the rest of the let's put the last bits of this on. Then we're gonna do our sponsor real quick, and then we'll turn it on and do our giveaways and all that sort of jazz. Benchmarks. Okay, guys, there is the build. All hooked up. Let's do our zip tie count real quick. Then we'll do our sponsor and deals, and then we'll do our check out our benchmarks and see how everything else performs. Okay, zip tie count, guys. Odd or even? Here's the question. Grab some water. We have no giveaways unlocked? Holy moly, we've unlocked no giveaways. Okay, here we go. Let's go to top down. We could get a level 5 hype train. We still haven't done a hype train. We haven't unlocked any of the sub ones. Everybody's like, geez, Robey, we had some crazy ones coming up though. So like, I can understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 20. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 33, guys. 33. 33. 33, so it is odd today. Ugh. Odd. Okay. Okay, let's do our sponsor today, and then we'll check our stuff. I'm sure we'll get the $25. We usually get that at least. It's very rare that we don't get a level 5 hype train or something else, but yeah. But, ugh. Okay, will it post predictions up, guys? Hey, Riddick dropped 5 tier 1 subs. He's like, hey guys, don't forget, if we want to get a level 5 hype train, it's actually not that hard. If somebody wants to drop like a couple hundred bits and all that sort of stuff, we'll unlock those things. Those are reverse fans, yeah. As far as I know, yeah, it was said, I think they're reverse, yes. We can make it happen, guys. Riddick dropped 5, which means, like, again, 200 bits, and then we'll get going. Anybody gonna get it going while we're doing that? There we go. Shampoo dropping 200 bits. Now we just need 2 more people to drop something, and then we'll unlock a hype train. Thank you, Shampoo. Compact dropping 400. We need 1 more person, and you should see the hype train thing coming up. There it is, BMOC dropping, and 1 more. There it is. See, now it is. Hype train is ready to go. BMOC, thank you very much for that. Somebody can get the hype train started. Who's gonna do it? We have 3 minutes. There it is. Hype train has begun. Let's see how far we are. Okay, so we're level 2. That's all we got to do. We got to finish Najia dropping a gifted sub. Shampoo dropping 450 bits. Now remember, guys, remember, you're entered to win this if you sub. Tier 1 sub, a Prime sub gets you a free entry towards winning this. It also gets you extra entries towards all giveaways, including PC giveaways, GPU giveaways, monitor giveaways, laptop giveaways that we're going to be doing throughout the month. So dropping your Prime sub gets you there. DMAT dropping 500 bits. Koku Shibuya dropping a tier 1 sub. So if you do drop those, Neo Satori dropping tier 1. Let's get to level 5, guys, and then we'll unlock another giveaway. Shauna Boosh dropping a Prime sub. And we need 3 more likes on YouTube, guys. And that'll unlock 2 giveaways at least. Keep it going, 4 minutes. We can just get this done real quick. There's the YouTube goal. So we've unlocked $25 Newegg gift card. We can do it. Remember, let's unlock another one. It's just a couple more subs, guys. Drop your Prime if you have Amazon Prime. That's going to get you free entries towards all sorts of giveaways, including this. You'll be up for this bad boy. There we go. We got Ski Boy dropping Prime right there, 2 months. There it is, Gixard. Riddick dropping another 5 gifted subs just to keep it going. Giscarded dropping a gifted sub. DMAT dropping 2 gifted subs. Let's see, I think we're probably at level 4 now, right? Okay, so all we got to do is get through the next level. We're almost there. So who wants to just get us to level 5 and then we can finish level 5? And then we'll turn this on. Let's see the hype, guys. There we go. BMOC dropping 5 gifted. BMOC, you're such a generous dude. Thank you.
No problem.
House of Tom dropping 5 gifted subs, not to be outdone by BMOC.
Ooh.
He's probably mad because we were talking about trapping him in the PC. He's like, I'm not an AI. Thank you, Tom. We are literally 15% away from this whole thing. Stream 737 dropping it, and there it is, guys. We've unlocked, there you go, we've unlocked that other $25. Okay, you guys are rock stars, thank you. If we get to level 10, we give away $100, but no pressure. This is, at least we've unlocked 2 giveaways today, which is awesome. Okay, let's take a look here. So, we get finished with a build like this for like MSI Project Zero, and you're like, hey, I want to pick up a copy of Microsoft Windows. Well, if you're going to pick it at like Best Buy or Newegg, it would regularly cost $150, $200 at times. But here at VIP/CDKdeals.com, you can pick it up. Here's Windows 10 Pro. Instead of $110, you can pick it up for $23.65. But if you hit this, and then you jump in and hit Buy Now, and use code... Did I hit it? Yep, and then use code RBCK at checkout and hit apply. What was $23.65 drops all the way down to $16.55. Hey, thank you very much, Tom Van Murphy TX for the Prime sub. So again, $16.55. Very, very easy, much more digestible cost for Microsoft Office for Windows, which lets you do things like customize service and support and all those other things. What about Microsoft Office? What if you wanted to pick up a copy of Office? You didn't want to pay for Office 365. Where's Office 2019 Pro for $67.18? This is regularly 250 something bucks, but you can pick it up here, $67.18. But if you hit Buy Now, same deal. Use RBCK at checkout, hit apply. What was $67.18 drops all the way down to $47.03. So really, really good price. If you want to pick up a copy of Windows and you didn't want to pay for the Office 365 subscription, this is another option for you. If you have questions, we literally have had thousands and thousands of people here at Robeytech who've used and purchased the codes from VIP/CDK Deals. They have great customer support. They are legit keys. So if you have questions, you can just reach out or talk to anybody here in the community about it. And then again, just remember, use RBCK at checkout for your chance to save the 30%. Okay, next thing I want to tell you guys about is Robeytech.com. Just a light thing. We do maybe 2 or 3 commissions a month, mostly. I try not to do them, but if you're interested in them, you can head over to Robeytech.com. You can email me, and if it's something you want to see a build built, like what we're going to do on Saturday, you can absolutely have your build built. And people like to see the commissions because it's an opportunity to see how people choose the parts, etc. Also, make sure that you sign up for the Robeytech Insider. It comes out every weekend. Sometime over the weekend, and what it has is that is every single build that we've done, all the videos that we've completed, the latest news that we had from the community, and then the best part too is it also has links to all the giveaways. So for instance, the Corsair giveaway that's happening right now, in the next Robeytech Insider, you'd actually find that inside here, and you can find that and enter and all that stuff. So it keeps you apprised of the things that are happening, the things that are coming up, and the things that we continue to have giveaways and stuff for. So Robeytech.com/insider just shows up right in your email. Great way to just kind of keep up with what's going on with Robeytech. If you like the particular build, like for instance the Project Zero build that we're doing right here, you can always head to Robeytech.com/builds. It has all the parts as well as the live stream for it as well. So here's the Odyssey stream that we ended up doing, the Lee and Lee build. So if you liked a particular build, you can always go to the site, find all the parts and the video so you can follow along. I try very hard to give you all the details while you're building it. And then lastly, let's see what deals Tom's got for us today, guys. Okay, so MSI 27-inch 170 hertz VA panel. So this means it's good for, usually good for fast response times. It's 2560 by 1440. Right now, it's on sale $239.99, and it's 170 hertz WQHD. So quad HD, so 1440p monitor. Deepcool LT720. Love this AIO. It's just such a great price. It's got the high performance FX120 fans. And then it's got the multi-dimensional mirror, and it's on sale $111.99. And this is a very good AIO. So if you're curious, you can check it out. We have our full review of it on the website. The Deepcool FC120 3-in-1 performance fans on sale right now, $34.99. Tier A PSU from Deepcool, ATX 3.0, 1,000-watt power supply for $124.99. That's pretty cool. That's actually a really good price for that PSU. Montech X3 Mesh. And there it is, Hype Train completed. Thank you very much, guys, for all the Hype Train stuff. X3 Mesh, 6 pieces with this fan. Montech, I mean, surprised me with the King 95. So we're checking out. I have not used this case. And then the Antec NX series on sale, $62.99. So I would say my favorite are these two right here. The PSU, that's a great price for that PSU and also for that AIO. The cases I don't know enough about, and I'm not a huge fan of VA panels, so I would say these two are good. But everybody say thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Bot.
Thank you, Bot, for finding the deals and all that sort of stuff. Tom rocking it like a boss, so thank you, Tom. Okay, let's give it a look, see. Hey, Deminder, if you want a cable code for that, let me know, and we'll that way you can help us if you're actually interested in the Montech King. It's a great case. Okay, let's close this up, disconnect this, get this out of the way. Oh. Yeah, I'm still streaming. Oh, I was curious what you were doing. Okay, so let's get this turned on, guys. There we go. Okay, power.
So that case comes with, like Tom was saying, comes with all 6 of those fans too, built in.
Oh, the Montech one?
Pretty good for $60, yeah.
Oh wow, that is actually a really great price. It's hard for me to, like, because I've not used the case. Like, it comes with the fans. I just have a hard time recommending something I haven't used. So it's nothing against that. It is actually a really great deal. It's just, use at your own risk. Unless I don't know if you've ever built in at BMOC or somebody else has. I mean, that's a heck of a deal.
I don't think I've built on that one yet, but I mean, it looks like a typical budget case. I mean, I wouldn't put a high-end build in it, but
yeah. So I did build in the Montech King, but I also there's a Montech case that I built in, and I did it on stream, and it was the worst build experience I've ever had. So that's why I always I will caveat hey, I've not built in this, so I don't know if it's good. I don't remember which case it was, but I was not a fan of that case. I was at one point in time, I remember in that stream, I was like, Montech, have you ever built in this case? Like, seriously. The geometric feature was confusing. Yes, it was worse than the geometric feature because there was just some really weird design decisions that also hurt usability. The geometric feature was too what's the word I'm looking for? It had too many options for its own good. The keyboard is the MK770. That's the one that I always use. I really like the keys and all that stuff in this one. Okay, here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Will it post? How will it look? Are we screwed? Here's a question. How do I turn it on? Dang it. It's on the front. That's right. The buttons are down here. Boom. There it goes. Look at that. RGB fans are working. Well, I don't know, post or toast? Well, it's already posted, so yeah, it posts. There it is, guys. It is posted. And it's in Windows already.
Tell MSI we need that dragon to light up on the PSU shroud.
That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I am gonna reboot real quick because I don't think XMP, I don't think I turned on XMP.
By the way, Braithorn's streaming tonight.
Okay. We're going to put on, we're gonna quickly put, we are gonna quickly put on XMP. Well, it's bright. Still restarting. Okay, there we go. We'll try one, which is probably fine. Okay. Okay, now that we've got it on, let's throw the glass in there. That would be kind of cool if the light, if it did light up. You're right. It's like the fact that it's painted, it would be neat if that lit up.
Not
Yeah,
gonna
it
lie, out of all the manufacturers, I like the MSI Dragon logo the best.
It is a nice, yeah, I do agree. It's a nice logo. Okay, let's get it all colored here. There we go. GPU didn't quite light up the way that it needs to yet. There we go. Let's go to 2560 by 1440. Let's look for MSI. Colors aren't quite matching. See how that looks. Take a look at that. That is really bright. Why is it so white? That's green, but it's like not bright green. It's like like that. It's like almost white, which is weird because I'm not showing, like if you look here, That is not, but it's like the color is not coming through all that well. It's almost like it's not, it's like it's overly flooded, which is weird. Trying to understand why this is so white. And there's nothing on the scale here that would, outside of like this going to 255, 255. And if I go blue, weird. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Hold on, let's go really blue. It's still like, it's almost like it's whiting out. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. That's like pure blue, and that is not, okay, that's pure blue. Okay, so that's some green to it. That should be pure blue-green. All right, wow, phew, finally. Okay, that was a lot of work, guys. Sorry. I don't know why that was being... It's like the red. It looks like the red was almost like it was like red was adding white to it. But, okay. There we go. All right, so we got all of our colors in now. Okay, let's do this. See how our temps are gonna be. Ooh, I actually should. Oh no, it should be okay. Yeah, because this is fine. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go to here. Okay, here we go. 10 minutes. Let's see how this temp is. Oh, that's warm. The fan's just ramped up though. It's only pulling 150 watts. Yeah, that's warm. What was my idle temp? Idle was 40. And for 150 watts, a 240 millimeter AIO should be able to handle this. So I feel like there's something, I might want to reset my, might want to recheck my thermal paste real quick. Because we're only pulling 150 watts, so it's definitely not a... Yeah, yeah, there's something else going on. Because 150 watts is not hard for a 240 millimeter AIO. Yeah, there's something, we'll see. I mean, the pump is running off the AIO thing, so it could be that. The pump could not be running all the way. We're just going to check. Easy check. Oh, geez, look at that, see? That's like almost nothing. We're getting almost no contact. Yeah, we could do a contact frame, or we could do the washer method. Both of those would work. I'm gonna try and reseat it one more time, just to see if reseating fixes it. But yeah, that was really terrible coverage there. The washer method is pretty much the same as a contact frame. It just raises the overall contact stuff higher. So you end up with a non-hourglass connection. But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure that I reseat this correctly and because we did use a version of this AIO at DreamHack, and temps were fine, so. With a 14.6 and 14.7, the 360 millimeter, so. What did I do with my, oh, there it is. I may not have gotten it down tight enough too. There we go. Okay. All right, let's try that. See if it's better. I always like doing stuff like this because it shows you how to troubleshoot your build should you see temps things to do before you see if you need a contact frame or anything like that. There we go. All right, let's see how that does. Hey, Living Monster, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, we're at 35, 30, I mean, which is average. So we're good there. Let's see what this is. I just want to make sure that I usually have to do this in the, oh, this might be it. I think that's the one I need. Yeah, we'll do Cinebench here in a second. I'm just making sure that I'm trying to manage fan curves.
I'd rather do Cinnabon.
Huh?
Said I'd rather do Cinnabon than Cinebench.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we're gonna put it in. There it is.
Cinnabon sounds really good right about now.
Okay, so we'll just leave this. We'll leave this alone. We'll leave it at silent, but we'll see what happens when it goes in there. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's open up Cinebench or Cinnabon. Cinnabon would be great, actually. I agree. Let's see what happens. Here we go. 10 minutes. Start. Let's see what the temps end up doing. Well, that's already warm. Look at that. It's actually much cooler. And the fans are just now ramping up. So yeah, it looks like I just didn't have a good seat on it. So somebody asked what the spec is while this runs. Spec on this one, this is MSI Project Zero. MSI Project Zero has a Intel Core i7-14600K, MSI B760M Project Zero motherboard, MSI NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Gaming X Trio in white, the MSI Spadium M480 Pro 1TB NVMe drive. We have 32 gigs of Kingston Fury at 6,000 megatransfer, the MSI MEG Pano M100R Project Zero Edition, the MSI MEG Core Liquid 240R V2 in white, and then the MSI MEG A850GL PCI 5 in white as well. And then look at the temps. The temps are perfectly fine in the high 80s, which is normal for a 240 millimeter AIO. And again, The CPU is doing exactly what it should be doing, about 150 watts. And we're pulling 23,000 in our Cinebench score. Yeah, and it's always, the other thing too is a lot of times when people see this is like, oh, man, do I need a contact frame yet? Again, mine was just, I used the wow stick and it didn't have enough torque, so those couple more turns made all the difference, and then we dropped our cooling by almost 10, 11 degrees just by tightening our screws. So, what do you mean is this what do you mean is what legit? So there you go, guys. As you can see, our temps are going to be absolutely fine now. It might get into the low 90s, but still. There we go. What do you guys think of how it looks? No, these are the MSI. These are actually MSI fans that come with the these come with the case. The 14600 came out at the end of last year. Yeah, it is performing as expected. So now we've got it figured out. Cooling is fine, temps are fine. You're about maxing a 240 millimeter AIO at this point in time, just because of the warmth that is Intel. But pulling 160-ish watts, it's actually even pushing it a little bit. But there we go. Okay, so it's gonna stay 88, 89. It seems like it's actually kind of sitting in the high 80s. Maybe it'll jump into 90 here and there, 90, 91, but not gonna be any problem whatsoever. Okay, so there's temps. Let's take a look at some gaming. So we'll start it up with some Cyberpunk 2077. Open up some MSI Afterburner. RGB is too bright. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't have any way to make it brighter. I mean, to make it less bright. As far as I know, I don't think there's any controls for that. There probably is. Let me look at MSI. Oops. So the only thing they have is color. All they have is this. They don't have temperature. I'm sorry. They don't have brightness. Oh, okay. Okay, I can change. So you can change brightness. Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can only change brightness. Oh, and then it went to rainbow. Okay. So it doesn't, there's no way to do, if you want to do all of them, there's no way to change brightness independently. I'd have to, if I disable, I wonder if I disabled RAM. Nope. There's no way to change brightness. LED style off. Well, that's just going to turn off all the LEDs, guys. So it'll just be no LED. And it just turns off all the LEDs. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying steady. So you can do 155. Or you can do There you go. That's much darker. Thank you for I forgot about that. Okay, let me, if I hold this, I should actually make, there you go. So there you go. That's darker. I mean, less. There you go. That's less bright. Is that better? It did. I just had to change it. I had to change it to control via the Mobo. So this is at its darkest. Right here. That's the darkest it gets. Robey, can you have a look? Chat is saying there could possibly be a pinched wire on the mount of what? Top right. The top right pump mount? There's no pinched wire. I have it I ran it underneath. I ran it underneath. There's nothing pinched. Are you talking about where the wire goes underneath the pump? There's no pinched wires there, guys. And there's nothing pinched there either. It wraps around and over. And then it goes up against the edge of the screw and that's it. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's up against it, but that's it. No. And it's not under the frame. I pushed it, I pulled it away on purpose. So I can actually see the other cable and it's coming out from the frame. So I did that on purpose. No, it's not pinched. I knew I thought that's what you guys were talking about. No, that's how I've run that forever and I make sure it's not pinched. Yeah. Okay, there we go. It looks like the lights are down, not as bright now. There we go. All right, cool. Let's check out some Cyberpunk. Yeah, that is weird it doesn't light up. Yeah, I guess I just realized. That is too bad. That'd be kind of cool if it did. What if there's some rule? Probably not. Well, see, it says GeForce GTX would be 10 series cards. Okay, so let's just see how this runs at 1440p. Ray Tracing Ultra, DLSS set to balanced. We have no frame generation or anything like that on video. Gonna run it full screen. There we go. So this is Ray Tracing Ultra with DLSS on balanced. You see that Core i5 warming up a little bit as it loads, and then it'll drop. $4070 Ti. Loudness wise, I mean, right now, I mean, I can definitely hear it. Let's see. Let's run in the game. So this is while gaming. So when I'm talking, this is what the volume is when I talk. So you can see I'm sitting at 80. So it's a whisper. It's like a whisper. In terms of, there's a hum there, but it's not very loud. Okay, so we were sitting with Ultra DLSS 100 frames per second, which is good. And this is with DLSS on, this is on Ultra with 2560 by 1440 with DLSS on balanced, which, I mean, that's great. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers. Let's try it with, obviously, overdrive, which we would need ray reconstruction and we would need frame generation, but we'll leave frame generation off just for now. No, the 4090, yes, that AI is it's part of the thing, guys. It's here to stay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn the frame time. I need to get that fixed. So again, this is at 5060 without frame generation. And again, this does not have frame generation at this point. I need to... using frame gen, what is a good latency to stay under? It depends on the game. For a game like this, 15 milliseconds is fine. I mean, but this doesn't have frame gen. So this does not have frame gen right now. Yes, that would be like a 1080 Ti at that point in time. Okay, so now we can do frame generation. Hit run benchmark. So this is with frame gen. This is like all the NVIDIA bells and whistles. Yes, Sinbad. Multiple. So you got an extra, and then look, actually look, the frame time has dropped. And this is with frame gen. So now you're at less, you have even lower latency. Well, this is something they've been working on. And it's part of, they've shown that in numerous times, that they're getting that down, because that was one of the things they used to talk about. Okay, so there is Cyberpunk 2077. Hope the card got better, good feedback from those builds. Yeah, I actually have no problem. That card's awesome. But it's kind of like the, I don't know, BMOC, is BMOC still here? I don't know if BMOC would say, I mean, like, would you say like the Sapphire Nitro 7900 XTX is kind of like the ROG Strix of 4090s?
The Nitro is very good. And it's got some great RGB strips on it too. So if I were to pick my top 7900 XTXs, it's the Sapphire Nitro Plus, the ASRock Tachi, and then the Red Devil, a power color.
But they have a tendency to be the more expensive. The Sapphire Nitro has a tendency to be on the more expensive side.
Mm-hmm. That and the Tachi have both routinely been over $1,000. But it just dropped down. I think the Nitro Plus the other day was like 120, or 1,020, 1,030 after the 4080 Super launch. So
yeah, it's funny. I literally just got your package with your ASRock Steel Legend Radeon RX 7900 XTX just got delivered. I like the ASRock cards a lot. I wish their RGB was a bit better, but I really like their cards, and I like the look of their cards. And the Sapphire one's great too. The RGB strip that he's talking about is actually really neat. Demindred, hey, Demindred81 Tom, can you send him an Amazon code for the King 95? Yes, we do. We have an Amazon one too. The Montech King 95. He needs an Amazon version. He's on Twitch. It's Demindred. He was right above you on Twitch, Tom. Demindred81 on Twitch. You can just link it on Twitch. Kiltman just linked it for you. Thanks, Sinbad. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Let's do the fun one. This is my favorite. We're gonna run it with Fidelity Cass. Oh, it always makes me smile. And that's okay. That's the thing, Bloof, is that's just where it says value is in the eye of the beholder. What is important to you may be different, and that's okay. That's why we always say you want to get what works best for you. So like depending on the games or whether you're going to do, it's like it's all dependent. Right? And that's why it's always good to have conversations, but know that one size fits all is not a thing in tech. Okay, here we go. Let's go to quality, basic, apply. We're gonna go to Fidelity Cass, apply. We'll actually change the render resolution to 100. It was fun the other way, but we're not gonna go make it crazy. We're going to turn VSync off, frame rate unlimited, apply. Okay, 68%, and then we're good. Just waiting for this. There you go, Dim100. Just waiting for this to finish. Looks like we're good. Benchmark. They've definitely made that faster. It feels like the shaders are loading faster now. Let's see how we came out. Well, that's definitely good. So we're running 250 frames per second. We have 2 milliseconds on the GPU, 3 milliseconds on the CPU, 5 milliseconds on the GPU. Hitting north of 200 pretty consistently. Oh, dropped to below 100 there. Hit north of 300 there. And this is actually playable, guys. I just changed CAS. Instead of run it half. It's running at full resolution. And by the way, this is what console uses, is Fidelity FX CAS. So it's like, that's why a lot of times you'll see a lot of optimization for CAS over DLAA. Great, you know, one of the benefits of AMD owning the whole console stack, right? So we were hitting 237 FPS. Those are good lows and highs. I like it. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to play some campaign. So we'll go up and do campaign stuff. So this is if you're gonna play campaign. We're gonna go and turn on ray reconstruction, turn on frame generation, and then we've got everything is at ultra. Texture resolutions are high. So this is like beautiful. What is going on here? Okay, settings, graphics, quality. We're gonna go to ultra. DLSS, okay, there you go. We got ray reconstruction and path tracing on we're gonna go to balanced. Okay, there we go. And display, everything else is here. Okay. So this is beautiful COD. If you were gonna play, like if you were focused just on COD for campaign. Yeah, I should start doing Star Citizen. Okay, so this is beautiful COD. Blondie, can you click on that link and see where that takes you? Well, it's like meant to look really pretty. This is not optimizing for frames, though. I mean, it's still running very well in terms of frames. This has got ray trace lighting, path tracing, ambient occlusion, AI occlusion, BMOC occlusion. It's got all the occlusions. BMOC occlusion, what is BMOC? What does BMOC occlusion look like? No. It's just a link. Oh, so Dimitri, when I say it's a code, that means that it's a link. So when you buy it, it gives me affiliate. In other words, it affiliates that with me. It's not. It doesn't drop the cost. It just means that we get you're a member of our community, so it tells you. So now if you buy it, we get credit. That's all it means. Sorry about that. Okay, so there is Call of Duty, guys. Okay, let's check out one other game, Enshrouded, because somebody was saying that they couldn't see my game. They couldn't see our server, so we're gonna see. James, he's like, what are you doing? Okay, go to display, native, VSync off, quality, let's do max quality. See how it runs at DLAA. We're gonna turn it all the way on. Okay, here we go. Play, join. There's Robeytech right there. If you guys wanna join, it's Robeytech is the server. And if you ever wanna play with us, it's community. So Najia, it's showing up, I can see it. Thanks, Mihai. So here we are, Enshrouded, running at, ooh, see, now this is like, this is definitely taking a hit. Oh, 71 frames per second, but still. And then this is the house that I built. So we can always run that better. Let's change it to quality. DLSS on balance. There we go, 100 frames per second. There you go. There we are inside the Enshrouded area. So yeah, again, this game's running great as well. We got a ring. No, this isn't Among Us. This is Enshrouded. So just showing off Enshrouded. Another brand new game that just came out. We're actually playing it tomorrow on Intel Live Show. I think I'm not in the right place. Oh, no, I'm in the right place. Okay. There's my village. There's something in the corner. What did Zython put in the corner? Oh, this is, oh, I got quests and stuff now. Okay. He's done some more stuff. Look at this. Okay, so there it is. There is Enshrouded. So there you go, guys. There are your games, all your different kinds of games if you wanted to see. So we showed you performance, we showed you thermals, we showed you, oh, you know what we didn't show you? Hold on. No, we didn't show you. And then, but let's start our giveaway. We'll start our two $25 Newegg gift cards while we do this. Up for grabs, exclamation point community. $25 Newegg gift card up for grabs. Two of them. Exclamation point community, guys. Okay, running for 2 minutes, starting right now. And while that's doing that, I'm going to show you guys airflow, because I know you guys like to see the airflow. Okay, so here we go. So how's airflow running in this case? So we have side intake fans, as you can see here. And you can see how quickly it moves through the build. I'll zoom it out a little bit. So watch, here's the air. So you can see how quickly air moves through the build and gets out, right? So it's basically intaking from the side and then blowing through the back and the top. So again, really quick in terms of how close. And you can see how quickly it's actually pulled through. So this is where a lot of times you'll hear people say things like, oh, how, you know, warm air rises, cold air descends. Dude, air's not staying inside of this PC that long. So it's like as it pulls through, it's immediately being exhausted out. So $20, 30 seconds, guys. So what is happening? What's still left? Tomorrow we are back for Intel Live. That's happening tomorrow. We're going to be talking about this case, just doing a walkthrough. We're also giving away copies of Enshrouded, and we're giving away a 14600K. So that's going to be happening tomorrow on Intel Live. And then we're back on Saturday for an epic height Y70 touch build. It's going to be a commission build, so that's going to be happening on Saturday as well. So that's the next couple days. So we still have a couple more streams to get in on. Congratulations to Techno Groovin and Ill Dealer. Techno Groovin and Ill Dealer, you guys are the winners of the $225 Newegg gift cards. Anyway, guys, that is it for the stream. We have come to the end of it. If there's anything else, I really appreciate it. The build looks awesome. We are back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Make sure that you claim. Oh, never mind. Well, I guess we just unlocked the $50 Newegg gift card. So don't leave, because we unlocked the $50 Newegg gift card. So he had to make sure that we got it. Okay, $50 Newegg gift card. Exclamation point Newegg now. $50 Newegg gift card up for grabs. Exclamation point Newegg now. Oh, I forgot. We're gonna raid Braithorn too. Sorry guys. So stay tuned. Don't leave quite yet. We're gonna raid Braithorn. Loki, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. 35 months, dude. And then please stick around just for a little bit so we can say hi to Braithorn. Give him a little love. Let's see how much time we got left. "40 seconds, guys." Man, the build looks really good. "20 seconds. Okay, winner. We're going to draw our winner in 4 seconds. You need to reach out to Blondie But Geeky. You need to make sure you whisper. And then I'm going to start. So make sure you whisper. We're going to start the process of going over to say hi to... Nobody won the PC. The PC hasn't been given away today. So. Okay, congratulations to, wow, Percent Ember Emu. Ember Emu. Percent Ember Emu. You are the winner of the $50 Newegg gift card. Okay, guys, we are going to start. We're going to raid Braithorn. So if you can stick around, say hi to him. Outside of that, guys, really appreciate you guys and being awesome. We will see you guys on the next stream. Gonna go raid Braithorn. I think he's here. There he is. He's got 24. Here we go. Starting the raid, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you tomorrow.
gamers. We've got Robeytech raiding the Twitch stream. With how many, it says 374 people. Good Lord. Thank you, Robeytech, for raiding the stream. Let's go, nerds. I hope I still have follower-only chat off. I gotta check that now. I don't like to do that to raiders. You guys don't have to follow. I just hang out, have a good time. That's what I care about. Okay, follower-only chat is off. Well done. Fox, what are you doing? What did you do? Holy crap. Okay. All right. Fox just gifted 20 subscriptions, 20 subs. Holy crap. I gotta say all of these. Okay. YouTube chat, I'm sorry, you guys, you gotta give me a second here. You can see this, right? Like, that's why I have this here. So you can see what's happening. Okay, so first we got a raid from Robey, and then Star Fox 333 throws 20 subs at me. Okay, I'm gonna be screaming my lungs out here if I'm not careful. But Raiders, welcome Raiders. Robey, I hope you had an amazing stream, because of course you did. You're an amazing streamer. That's kind of a necessary element there. But excuse me. Okay. This is how bad my Rodecaster Pro 2 is. I put my drink down and it activated this voice. But that's great because we needed it. So, thank you to StarFox333 for gifting 20 subs to the community. Where did that even come from? Good Lord. That's a tier 1 sub for Star Cache, Snowly Games, Northspot, Mr. Carl Hugges, Waquario, Mr. Kaspatoth, Oovway, Justin Jam 80, Meat Sleep, Nick Carter 32, Death Dealer 1990,